Hello again, beautiful family. Coming to you from the outside now, and the beautiful energy by the sacred waters. As I walked onto the beach, what struck me was these two trees. They have the biggest leaves, and they look like big hearts. And yeah, let's go closer. So they're everywhere here, and these two are new, as is this little one. I've journeyed with them deeply. They are so beautiful. I have them in my garden as well. And then these two are creating a whole new field out here, this beautiful pair. They just struck me this morning and their development. And as I was watching them walking onto here, let's actually go under them. Beautiful energy. I'm going to sit here. Look at these incredibly big leaves. They're such divine. They're such beautiful trees. They also bring out these seeds. There are none on here right now, which the possums love to eat, and the birds as well. So let me turn the camera around and sit under here. And yeah, we are also surrounded here by beautiful flowers. And very special energy here. So these two, it feels wonderful sitting here under them. And as I saw them, and as a follow-on from this morning's live, in which we went very deep, what came through went very deep into the neurobiology, and just what I felt walking onto this dance floor here and seeing these two, how different it is when we are living from a healing state, a wholeness state, instead of a defensive state. Yeah. Think of an echidna or our defenses. You know, we have a defense system, and if that is on alert, because the neurobiology is still in a trauma state, as soon as love comes close, and that was linked with abuse and pain and so on, defenses come up, really super unconsciously. Just the body emitting, that can be even an aroma that the animals, for example, smell that super strongly. Humans are quite numb to that, because they have been manipulated with the tastes and artificial perfumes and artificial stuff in food and so on. So often the whole senses of the humans are not tuned into that. That's too then why we can be betrayed, and we betray literally ourselves, because our system isn't functioning. That's why we have to start with ourselves. And yeah, how we live with ourselves. If I betray myself, of course I get betrayed, because everything outside is just a reflection of that. If I abandon myself, of course I get abandoned. But this is all running subconsciously, because the neurobiology is set up from our early years like that. So also in almost every body talk session, if it's a first session for someone, mostly the senses get linked to the heart, or the three brains, the five senses and the other subtle senses. So our senses need to work. This is a deep process with our physical body that many also misunderstand, that have been bypassed. You can't go to one journey and everything is done. It's a deep, deep process, and where the work begins after the awakening. Yeah. And then there's a rebirth after rebirth after rebirth. And it takes courage and devotion and dedication to face hard truths, to face the unconscious, to face these patterns, to face the armor. And when we are living from an armored state, we cannot connect. So there is a kind of it's not a spiky cactus, and this is kind of a medium. There are plants that would have spikes on them, and there's also, every plant emits an energy that has been tested. If you approach a plant, it gives off an energy. It gets also scared if toddlers come running and pull on it and so on, because the plants sense already our energy and our frequency. So also with plants, we can return back to sensing frequencies. All these plants emit a frequency, and they sense my frequency, not my words, not how I'm dressed or how I look like. They sense my frequency and my energy. And when we are sitting with plants, we can sense their energy. And when we are totally dense and not feeling and not open to sense and feel and to sense frequencies, we miss it. We would miss that this flower gives off a frequency. We miss sensing people's frequencies. We trust their looks and their words and their cars or whatever, whoever is still in that realm. But when we are really finely attuned, we can feel frequencies and energies. And the devices I'm so passionately sharing about, made by Holy Life, the terahertz and PEMF, dancing together, they are turning that back on. They are turning our sensitivity to frequencies back on. Then we cannot be bullshitted anymore. Then we cannot be, bullshitting ourselves anymore. Then we can turn on to sense. We can turn our sensitivity to frequency back on, and we are then shifting into being, because we are a living frequency and everything changes. So I just wanted to share that, living from our frequency, responding to frequencies. This tree called me in, the frequency of this tree, of these two, to share this transmission with you from here and go deeper into that, because it's not just a gadget. It's an incredible technology that enhances life in our body, that helps us heal, that helps us clear, that helps us de-armor, so that we live from our pure frequency again. So if you are feeling this and resonating and you love to explore, then get in touch with me. Don't just go online and buy them from online. There's a lot of fakeness out there and so on. But get in touch, and then I guide you deeper. And you can experience it. Very simple. Or you might resonate it and you just get it. And then you get your own. So, hi Jake, I'm just about to finish. You can watch the replay. I'm just coming here from these beautiful trees with the biggest hearts, and this transmission has been about living from our frequency, from our highest frequency, and how we open to that again. And yeah, that our sensitivity to sense frequencies, it's like how plants do, and living from a healed wholeness state instead of a defensive state, leading on from this morning's deep dive into the neurobiology of ancestral trauma and our own uptaking from parents and the collective and our ancestors. Yeah, so these beautiful 2 trees, it's an honor to sit under them, and yeah, the frequencies of this little oasis here. I've shared quite a few transmissions from here lately, also from the curlews that had their babies here. But these 2, there's a butterfly coming in, these 2, this beautiful pair here, they have a special energy, because it's like the whole family is there and then these 2 are here, and then there's another one, little one over there, and if we draw a line between these, that is also a triangle. So, and these have the biggest leaves and hearts. Such a beautiful frequency they are emitting. And see how they are all dancing? It's very like our hands. Yeah, and they have veins like our hands and lines. And then all these vines underneath. And this is really nice here at the moment, all these red flowers. Yeah, very beautiful oasis. So I'm going to go now. Let's have a look at the ocean, guiding us out, the sacred waters. Guided by frequency, not our mind or what we should do or be, but just walking our divine frequency, our pure essence, and being drawn by frequencies and resonance. What environments, what people, what food, what kind of water, what resonates. For that, turning the 3 brains on, connecting them, turning our senses on. Another very beautiful tree. And then we have the sacred waters. I'm gonna go into that now. Rebirthing in the water. The beautiful butcher bird up here greeting us. There he is. The magic of life. When our voltage is turned up and we are fully open and turned on to the magic of life, a very, very magical existence is unfolding without us doing much and hustling around and needing to go anywhere or be anything, but just who we are, like this bird, connecting and being truthfully, not just making it up, but truthful embodiment of our soul essence and frequency. Oh, there's my friend. Haven't seen him for a long time. We always feed the birds together, or they do that. I don't like feeding I love the connection, but yeah, they shouldn't really eat bread, but it's, yeah. So, much love, and I see you again when I come on next, and always in the quantum field. Have a beautiful day.